Good morning, it is me, Mystery Nesta, and I've been back with another vlog. And this morning I just want to talk about the fact that I don't have any more Vaseline at home, and I'm going to go and buy some Vaseline. And also about last night, I went to the Crossroads Women's Centre party with Betty. She managed to come down all the way from Salford, bless her, and we had a really nice time. And I just want to talk about the important work that the Crossroads Women's Centre do to fight for women's rights, which is being increasingly destroyed in this patriarchal, nasty, male-dominated world that we live in. It's not in sync with the planets. The men are going crazy, they're becoming nastier. So yeah, I just want to highlight the excellent work that Crossroads Women's Centre do to empower women and fight for them and to stop this foolishness. So yeah, Crossroads Women's Centre has been around since like the 70s, when a group of lefties, socialists, got together and demanded that women get equal pay, because in those days, in the 70s, women were being taken for a ride. They were doing the same job as men but getting paid less, so there was a lot of unfairness and stuff. So the women striked and stuff, and if you look up history, there was a lot of women. Actually, they were northern women, because that's where all the manufacturing was, up north, Wales. So a lot of women were involved in like the global women's strike. So yeah, it's a group of them, a group of the Black Panthers. So it's like and they all got together and they had a base, they had a squat. Initially it was a squat, and then they managed to get a place in London, and they continue to fight for women's rights, asylum seekers, women that are detained in Yarwood, while the press sees them as enemies and people just generally turn horrible. And they campaign for women in shelters, abused women. So yeah, they do a lot of work. So it was really good to go and visit them and introduce Betty to them, because Betty is obviously a feminist from Manchester. I don't like to use the term feminist, because a feminist without the politics, basically. So yeah, they were very happy to meet her. She's quite big on the online world, so I just think she mentioned Speaker's Corner to them, how it's been overrun by men. These are like spies from all over the world, people with an agenda, men with an agenda, trying to impose Sharia law and all that. So yeah, Speaker's Corner is just constantly being overrun by men with political agenda to overrun people's countries. And this naturally pushes out women, because they can't carry out their totalitarian dream if women are there. If women are there, you know, things will have to be put in order. So to stop that, what do? They make it very unwelcoming for women. So we just mentioned that to Crossroads Women's Centre, and they were horrified because they completely forgot about Speaker's Corner, although it was a place that had a lot of politics back in the 80s. They didn't know that it's changed into some online hate preacher and Islamist type place. So yeah, so they said they'll check it out and they're going to try and come down, because Betty highlighted how they really want a women's circle in Speaker's Corner, but then these Islamists try and infiltrate the women, because they want to control what women say. So they'll have a man in the women's corner, some control freak man, you know, who starts dominating the conversation, and women can't really freely discuss things because there's an idiot male in there trying to control them. So that's where Crossroads Women's Centre step in, because they've fought for years for women's rights, and now it's about time we launch them in the online world and get more women involved, because they're old timers from the 70s, and they have a lot of experience. So we also mentioned about how the trans rights, stepping on women's rights, trans men being the acceptable face of females nowadays. And yeah, so there's a lot of work for the Crossroads Women's Centre to do. Why I support them, I'll put their link below. If anyone wants to donate, please donate, because they do a lot of excellent work helping women in all sorts of circumstances. Women that are shamed for being victims by male patriarchy. Basically, yeah. So it was a really good event. I'm glad I went. And it's good to catch up with Betty. I think it's made her more determined than ever. And that's what she needed, because why should she stop streaming because of some man trying to shame her? Typical male behaviour. Use a woman, then try and shame her to stop her from coming back online. It's not going to work like that. Sorry, your game is so weak. So, yeah, this is the tactic of men. They like to shame women so that they don't have a voice. And it's not about that anymore, because times have changed. Okay? You can no longer shame women and get away with it. Okay? Those days are gone. You don't control women anymore. And yeah, so it was a really good event, and I'll go again. So yeah, yesterday it was raining the whole day. There was a storm called Storm Deirdre. I've noticed all the bloody storms are named after women. What is their problem? Like, why are they calling nasty storms after women? Deirdre, Katrina, Irish, Storm, what's the other one? Why are they just so like anti-women? Like, they should call the storm after men, because men are the ones that control the planet right now, and they're the ones that act like dickheads, destroying the planet. So storms should be named after men. And I'm not anti-male, but it's just true. Irish didn't do anything. It was Michael or Richard. So storms should be named after men. About Storm Deirdre. Anyway, there was a storm last night. It was just raining the whole day. It's literally like the ocean just opened up and just non-stop shower, for God's sake. And it was cold. Okay? It was cold. It was freezing. So it's just so nice to be out while the storm is gone and it's just a clear day. So thanks to the Most High for having such a beautiful morning today. Thanks to the Lord for the beautiful sunshine on me. Praise the Most High all day and every day. Yep, He's the one that gives us power and strength, and He gives us the power of our voice. May we all use it at the same time, because it can literally break down walls. So yeah, don't be silenced, guys. They know your voice is powerful, so use it. Sing, do whatever it is you need to do. Just express yourself, okay? All right. So yeah, I'm just gonna go pop out and buy some Vaseline, because it's the winter and I have used it all up. And when it's winter and there's no Vaseline, all hell is loose. Seriously. There goes the church bells. Oh my God. I've actually made it on time for service. Let me check. I might as well pop in if I'm on time, because I haven't been for ages. Yes. So, that's the church bell. I will put a link about Crossroads Women's Centre at the bottom. I do hope you visit the website and see all the work they've done. Literally, these are all done by volunteers, and they make such a difference. And they don't just help people in London, they help people in the UK. You know, an organisation where, you know, cuts are constantly being put on charities that help women, minorities. You know, they've stood their ground, and they're still there. And it wouldn't be there without people who support this great organisation that actually makes a difference. Every money just goes back into the centre and to the people they help, all the rape victims, things like that. You know, what they stand for is great. So I do recommend it. So, yeah. So, yeah, it's a great day today. And thanks to the Most High. And we'll win, y'all. Bye.